What if I told you guys that I was kind of falling out of doing videos? I think I am. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm really falling out of doing videos. I took away my Facebook. I deleted my account, and I'm like this close to getting rid of my YouTube altogether. Like this close. I don't know. I'm not feeling this anymore. Maybe it's just I felt like I lost my mojo. Maybe it's just this whole situation that's going on. You guys, you, I just need to get out of here. I need new space. I've been eating all types of junk. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I really don't. I just want to get the hell out of Dodge. So, most recent update. I'm so tired of talking about this story. I think once I get like all this over, like I can really clear my head and then from there move on and talk about other stuff. Because I was actually just doing a video talking about this hair again. I was talking about it. I tried it on today because I actually received a comment from one of my subscribers. She was asking, could I even fit my wigs anymore because of the length of my dreads? And yeah, I can. I actually can fit my wig cap still, so that's good. I tried it on, and then I was like, oh, I think I want to be curly Sue today, so wore my wig today. It's raining in Philly, so and curls kind of like rain, like messy curls. At least my messy curls like rain. Looks like regal, bohemian type. Anyhow. Like, I am so drained with everything that's going on. The last video that I did, this damn apartment part 2, right after I finished that video, I started editing that video, and sure enough, my phone starts ringing. My phone starts to ring, and it is none other than my landlord. And I recorded the entire conversation because weirdly enough, I was at my computer and I recorded everything. So I even like edited the video so I can like post it. And then I'm still over by 3 minutes because it was 20 minutes long. It was a 20-minute long conversation, and I cut it down so I can fit it into the time allotted by YouTube, which is 15. So I'm still over by like 2-3 minutes, and I'm just tired of working on it because I'm tired of hearing myself go off with this man. Like, the whole thing is just like, I just want it to be over. So, where I stand right now is that conversation basically, he tried to tell me that I owed 3 months in rent, which I do not. He tried to tell me that I haven't paid rent since December. Like, they lost a check of mine in December or something like that, which is malarkey, okay? Because I have my paperwork is still out front. I have a receipt from them showing that I paid my rent all the way up to January. So January was the last time that I paid rent, and I didn't pay anything in February. I didn't pay anything in March because I said to them, I'm not paying you guys anything else. You have 2 more installments. You can actually use that for rent because I'm done kicking out money to you. But I went down to court today because I do plan to take this all the way. I do plan to sue him to be compensated for, what I kicked out in this apartment. Like, I'm $319 in electricity for 1 month. $314 for the next month. Ridiculous. Like, who does that? I don't have a whole freaking Ram squad up in here, like DJs and stuff. No, I'm hardly ever here. I go to work, I come home, I go to sleep, I go to work. I come home, I go to sleep, I go to work. Like, no. So I just want to be compensated. But see, like, I get worked up talking about it. I just need to get out of this whole situation, and that's what I'm doing now. So looking for an apartment is very hard because I want to move closer to my job. I want to move closer to my job. And it's kind of hard because the source that I'm using right now is Craigslist. I also have a realtor, a friend of mine that's looking for some places for me. And a couple other services online that'll say, give us a small fee. You can have access to our database, blah, blah, blah. Now, my issue is people just do not return calls at all, calls or emails. And then the ones that you do get a reply from are freaking scams. Talking about, I'm a missionary in Africa. I don't have anyone in America to show you the apartment, but wire me this money. I'll mail you the keys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bullshit. You're not getting my money like that. I didn't fall out of a tree. I'm sorry. I did when I was younger, but I wasn't born yesterday. So I'm not mailing you jack if you in Africa, okay? No. So it's been, a couple of those, and I remember those from when I was first trying to move. People give me those kind of letters and stuff online on Craigslist. Like, you really have to be on the lookout. People try to scam you in any way possible, okay? It's ridiculous, the stuff that people come up with to get money instead of just having a damn regular job, legit job. I can't talk about this no more, y'all. I don't know how I'm going to talk about it in court because I get so worked up. I start losing my breath. I'm like a 400-pound man on the inside when I tell you, it make no sense. Where was I anyhow? Yeah, so he tried to tell me I was 3 months behind in rent. Now, my thing is, if I'm 3 months behind in rent, why is it that I haven't received any kind of notice to this date saying, okay, you're 1 month behind in rent. You're 2 months behind in rent. You're three. Like, who does that? Honestly, who does that? Nobody. Like, he's just trying to get money out of me any way possible. So I basically need to, what I was told from the courts, I need to write him a letter letting him know, trying to solve this outside of court. Because if I take that step and I don't get a response from him, the court will see at least I was trying to resolve it before taking this, a higher level of resolution, trying to get to a higher level of resolution. So that's what I need to do. It's just been so much stuff popping up. You have to read your paperwork, you guys. I'm going to do a whole nother video talking about, the things that you need to know, your renter's rights, just tenants, stuff that you need to know. It's a lot of information out there. It's so much information out there for you to use and to, arm yourself with. It's ridiculous. Half the stuff that I know now, I would be in I would have, all my fucking money. I would have, all my money. A lot of my money if I knew half the stuff I knew now. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm for real. So, let me just tell you guys how this fool, he doesn't even have a renter's license, okay? He does not have a renter's license. I have a lawyer. I have a lawyer. I went to a lawyer today, and we went over, all the stuff that I'm going through in the apartment. At first, she said it would be a washout. I didn't pay rent for 2 months. It'll be a washout. I wouldn't get anything back. I wouldn't owe him anything. He can't take anything from me. Squash. But then I showed her, all the paperwork that I had. And while I was in court today, I actually started reading through some more of the paperwork. This is why you have to read your paperwork. Started reading this stuff, and come to find out one of the violations, the paper said, landlord cannot collect any more rent from tenant while these conditions exist. So technically, for February, when I did not pay him any rent, I was in the right, and I don't owe him rent for that. I don't owe him rent for February. He can't use my security deposit on that, and he can't use my last month's rent on that because the law, L&I says I'm not supposed to pay him any rent. So the 2 months that he think he's going to get, no, he can't. He cannot have that, those 2 increments of $675. Then, on top of that, in the state of Pennsylvania, since 2006, it became a law that if you are going to be a tenant, if you're going to be a landlord, you must have your license in order to rent to people and collect money from these tenants. He does not have his license. When I called 311, That's my new best friend right there. I call 311 like every day, okay? And they have some nice people on 311. Let me tell you, they have some very, very nice, informative ladies on 311. I've had the last 3 calls that I made, 2 of them being today. These ladies were just so informative and sweet, and they took their time. They didn't rush you through the call just to get you off the phone and move on to the next person. They gave you all the information, more information than what you asked for, and kept it moving. I love calling 311. Okay, so I called 311 a while back to get some information on the violations, and that's how I found out. I found out that his renter's license was expired. And at that point, this was in February. So he had a month. He had a month to renew his renter's license. His renter's license has been expired since February 16th, 2010. So that means the entire time that I've been living here, by law, this man is not supposed to be collecting rent from me or any other tenant. From what I see right now, I want to say he has 8 tenants between this building and the building next door. I know he has 2 more properties. So he's not supposed to be collecting any rent from any of us because he does not have a renter's license, okay? And on top of that, on top of you not being able to collect rent, you can't evict the tenant when you don't have that license. Now, if I was the type to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna stay here long, you can't evict me, that I would just be here. But I'm not that type. I'm not gonna stay in a situation just because it's free rent and not be comfortable. I can't do that. Like, man, I'm freaking huffing and puffing on the inside now because talking about this is driving me nuts. Driving me absolutely nuts. And he had the nerve to call me and ask me about rent, knowing full damn well that he don't have a license and cannot collect rent. Like, are you serious? So I'm getting all this information together. I'm actually gonna inform my you guys. This is working me up. Y'all not gonna hear me talk about this too much longer, okay? I'm actually gonna inform my other I can't even think no more. My neighbors about what's going on to let them know, because like I said, it's a lot of information out there, and if you do not arm yourself with this information, people are going to take advantage of you and take you for everything that you allow them to. And I say allow them to because you can't let people take things from you if you deny them that, because you know what's going on. If you know your rights, you cannot allow, you won't let people take things from you. You're not going to allow people to walk all over you. And I'm sure I'm not going to let that go down right now or anytime, okay? So I'm just going to get all my information, the rest of my information together, go to the court, file it, whatever. But I'm really not trying to stay here any longer than I need to, because I'm not that type to, milk it for everything. I just think he needs to pay. I'm not saying, I should get all the rent back that I've paid since I've been here. Not at all. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm looking for. But at the same time, I don't think he should reap the benefit knowing full well. That means February of last year, you didn't renew your renter's license. This year, that's two renewals that you just bypassed. So not only are you not abiding by the law and having a license, you're also having people in your apartment under, in substandard conditions. You're not up to code. You're like all these violations, and you're just not abiding by the law, and you're collecting money from it. Not at all. Like, all that money, you can take it and freaking give it to a charity. Like, I personally I'm not out for blood. But at the same time, he should not be benefiting from this situation because he knows the rules and he's breaking them. He needs to pay. And that's what's going to happen. He's going to pay. If he doesn't pay out of pocket, he's going to pay in some type of way. But this whole operation is getting shut down. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop talking about this because I'm losing my breath. And I ain't even Beyonce. Whew. Let's go back and eat my cookie. Drink my water. Keep rising, y'all.